Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be unpacking a really interesting guide from Blood Test UK. It's all about food intolerance testing. And our mission here is pretty simple. We want to figure out how knowing what foods bother your body can, help you feel a lot better. We're especially looking at this for those of you near Felixstowe who might be looking for some local help.
Yeah, and to start, it's probably good to just clarify what we're even talking about. A food intolerance test, the kind that uses a blood sample, is looking for a delayed reaction.
Delayed?
Right. It's looking for something called IgG antibodies. And this is completely different from a food allergy. An allergy is like a burst pipe. It's immediate, it's serious.
Okay, that makes sense. An emergency.
Exactly. Intolerance is more like a slow leak. It's not going to put you in the hospital right away, but over time, that constant drip, drip, drip just makes you feel run down.
A slow leak. I like that. So the guide from Blood Test UK talks a lot about the benefits of fixing that leak. Why should someone actually do this? How does knowing about this IgG thing make you feel better?
Well, it can lead to a huge jump in your quality of life because you're basically taking the pressure off your body. When people stop eating their trigger foods, they notice things like less stomach pain, less bloating.
The obvious stuff.
The obvious stuff, yes. But the real win is cutting down on that chronic low-grade inflammation, that sort of on switch that's always running in the background.
And I guess that explains all the other effects the guide mentions. I mean, it talks about things you wouldn't even connect to food, like better skin, less eczema or rashes.
Absolutely. Because when you stop fueling that internal fire, your body can finally focus on repairing itself.
And what about feeling tired all the time? Fatigue is a big one.
A huge one. That's a classic sign of your body just being worn out from fighting itself. We also see better sleep, a more stable mood, even, in some cases, help with weight management, because inflammation can really slow your body down.
Okay, so getting a personalized plan is key. If you're living in or around Felixstowe, how do you get that kind of support?
That's a great point, and the guide really highlights this. The test itself is just a piece of paper. You need an expert to help you understand it. It mentions local dietitians at places like the Felixstowe Nutrition Clinic or the Health and Wellness Center.
So they take the results and build a real plan around them.
They build a plan. They help you figure out how to change your diet in a way that you can actually stick with.
Let's talk about the practical side. I saw in the guide that the costs can really, they vary a lot. It says anywhere from around 50 pounds up to maybe 300. That's a big jump.
It is. That higher price, the 300-pound mark, that's usually for a very comprehensive test. We're talking panels that check for hundreds of different foods.
So it's about the level of detail.
Exactly. And if you do go for one of those, the guide has some good advice.
Like what?
Well, first, keep a food diary for a week before your test, just to track how you're feeling day to day. And this is important. You might need to stop taking things like antihistamines for a few days before the test.
Why is that?
Because antihistamines are designed to suppress your immune response. And even though they target allergies, they could potentially interfere with the IgG markers we're trying to measure.
Right, you could get a false reading.
You could, yeah. So once you do the test, the results usually come back pretty quickly. A few days, maybe a week.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening at home? I think the information from Blood Test UK is really clear. Understanding your own body better is a direct path to feeling healthier and, frankly, being more productive.
And for a community like Felixstowe, that adds up. When more people are healthy, there's an economic benefit. Fewer chronic symptoms means less strain on healthcare, and you just have a more energetic, vibrant community.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. If managing hidden food sensitivities can give you such a big boost in energy and health, what other simple tests could be out there, waiting to transform your well-being?